Welcome back. Welcome back. Let's roll for initiative.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's a nat one.
What?
That's a nat one.
Well, I have to be that.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Giggles and Game Podcast for all things games and entertainment.
And our quirky little segments where we like to test our luck at improv. We are getting better. That yes. Was a promise. We are.
And today, I am your player number one, Carl.
And I'm player number two, LaQuita. And this is
Giggles and Games. Let's play.
Carl,
yes, I did.
Remember this time.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, so let's go.
Let us go. What are we doing?
Oh
God. Did we say what we're sneaky picking?
Oh, yeah. Well, you're the first player.
Oh,
you're supposed to start that.
I'm sorry, this is new for me. So today's play session will consist of 8 rounds featuring the game Bonsai,
Loki,
yes.
Season 2, Episode 1.
Ooh, surprise! And Halloween Horror Nights versus Howl O Scream.
Birds of Prey, the Donna DC comic.
Yes, number one.
How would I say it? Number one.
Yeah, number one. And then we've got Fortnightmares and
more. So let's jump right into our 8 rounds of fun with our first segment.
LaQuita, you ready to play?
I stay ready to play.
Yeah, for what?
Game night! It's time for Tactile Play. Welcome to Tactile Play. This is one of our favorite sections because we play board games every week. So we introduced the game that we played for the week.
Yeah, so this past week we played Bonsai. Yes.
I really like it. Yes, we are good. We're good on the back. We're good on the back. Only the OGs will know about that.
It's kind of like a tile placement game, but you have to... Well, I mean, it looks like you're making a bonsai tree, basically.
Yes. So it looks like you're making a bonsai tree with the different tiles. The way you collect tiles is by drafting cards. So you draft cards, it goes in order, and anytime you select the card, you get to slide down the rest. So then there'll be different things that you can draft.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
I remember now.
Oh, we played like 3 days ago. We just played this one.
Yeah, it's a super cute game. And not too difficult.
No.
And I won.
Carl won.
I won.
Okay, but
I
let me tell you guys how Carl won, because Carl almost forgot that he had a bonus that he could have taken, and we've already calculated scores.
Yeah.
So originally he had 98, Jason had 101, and then I got a very snarly look because Jason looked up and I had 102. So we thought that I won. I laughed in the corner for like a minute, and then we come back and Carl's like, oh, I wish I would have remembered. And we're like, remember what?
Well, you know what? This was common after we've gotten past the round where we were probably qualified to take up one of those bonus tokens. We didn't, and then we'd remind each other, and then you did after those.
Yeah.
So
all of us forgot.
Yeah. So it was just past my turn in which the game ended, and then I realized I got a bonus, and I actually won.
So that bonus put him over the edge to win, and Carl won the game. I was like concerned if I would have won, because Carl at the end had so many fruits on his tree, and that's like the thing that scores the most points.
Yeah.
So I was like, if Carl doesn't win this, it's weird. That's why I was laughing when I thought I won. It was so good.
I mean, it was all still really close. Everybody was like,
oh yeah, within 10 points
actually,
or
after
less.
my bonus, it definitely was more than 10 more.
You got to 108. I was 102.
No. I don't remember. She's
no. You were at 118.
Maybe, yeah.
Oh yeah, so you beat by 16 points. Hey, my boy.
Thank you. But it's a super cute game. I do recommend it. I was trying to get Jason to not buy it because I was like, we have too many games.
No. You can never have too many.
It's super cute.
It is super cute. And it is for 1 to 4 players.
Yeah, you can play it solo.
Yeah, they have a solo version of it. I think I'm going to get this game. I really like it. Yeah, and if it has a solo version, I don't have to worry about explaining it to my friends.
Yeah, I'm so curious how that would play solo.
I have no idea, but it has a solo campaign. So you want to become an expert bonsai master, then try out bonsai.
And I would totally play it again. G&GAMES.
G&GAMES. Yeah, I would play it again. This is great.
Tree for the future.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Perfect. Well, that was our game of the week.
Yeah, we don't really have one for next week to announce yet because...
It's just been busy. You guys came back, like, it's been hectic. It's fine.
It'll be a surprise. We don't know where it'll be yet, though.
Yes. All right, well, what are we on to? This is Burkisha, New Zealand.
And this is Casey Randall Rick.
And welcome to Anything But the News.
Dun, dun.
I forgot about that part.
Welcome to Anything But the News.
I love this section. So this is one of our improv sections, our first one of the podcast. This is where we use a game called the Plot Thickens.
The Plot Thickens.
And we use this to try to create a joint news story.
That's right.
So we all get cards and we get person, place, and thing.
Oh, I only just gave us one.
Oh, then we're doing it with one.
Oh,
you've already started.
Oh.
Apparently this is how it's supposed to go.
I guess. I'll give us 2 things.
2 things. Okay. So typically we do a certain number of cards for person, place, and thing.
Yep.
And then Carl and I try to make a joint news story that's anything but the news. Last week our story wasn't bad.
It wasn't. Let's see how this week goes. So this week, instead of 6 cards, we only have 4 because we just improv and everything.
Where's the dice? Because we have to roll to see who's going first.
Initiative.
14. Didn't you get 14 earlier? I got 10.
Nice.
Okay. So it looks like Carl's going to be starting this.
Oh, boy.
What's my person? Oh, there's my person. Okay. I kind of cheat because I look over at kind of like what Carl has.
I mean, she's smart. That's not cheating.
To try
she's smart.
Honestly, I think we can make this work. Yeah, this looks great.
Welcome to Anything But the News. My name is Casey Randall Rick.
And I'm Burkisha, New Zealand.
And this week, our breaking news story begins in space. Ooh. That's right.
That's all the space noise that I can make. You're lucky you got that. I hope everybody heard it.
It begins in space. Mm-hmm. And we had just been sending up animals into space recently, and our most recent space animal is unfortunately called the ugly duckling. It's just a duck, but you know the public has deemed it the ugly duckling rather, which is a little sad, but it's not ugly. Why do they call it the ugly duckling?
Well, the vice president has come out and has made a statement about this. So the ugly duckling is called ugly because, as the story goes, there were yellow ducklings and then there was a black duck, and the black duck was named the ugly duckling because it didn't look like the rest. Is that how they were?
Is that how they were chosen to go into space?
That's how they were chosen to go into space. So the vice president came out and made a statement that they will no longer do testing on animals because before they were putting lipstick on the ugly ducklings to try to make them look a little more burlesque.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's lots of protests and stuff.
Yes, there are a lot of protests. That's what kind of made this initiative go forward. So they're trying to change the narrative on the ugly duckling.
Right. However, this duck, I guess this will be the last duck that goes to space, right?
Oh.
Right? If they're stopping it?
Yeah, maybe.
I thought the vice president's stopping it, right?
Well, he's stopping testing on the ducks. He didn't.
Oh, they're still
sending them in space. He didn't say that they weren't
mistaken.
sending them in space.
Well, in any case, as you know, when you go to space for quite a long time, you start losing your muscles.
Yeah, muscle mass. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so they plan on this current test for the duck is to stay in space as long as possible before you completely lose your muscles. And they want to see what happens when you completely kind of lose them, and then they want to see what
the transformation.
Yeah, what the transformation entails, because they're thinking that it might not be reversible. So when you come back down, you just be like a
gravity takes effect.
Yeah, like lumpy, ugly, lucky ducking.
Like Ditto from Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly.
Just be a glob.
So, I mean, that's even more
it's
a
very
concern for people to want to stop it. I'm surprised it wasn't being stopped. It's just the lipstick.
Yeah, it was just the lipstick.
Oh, geez.
As far as the vice president has said. Now, I know when they return back to Earth, one of the ways that they're going to test is they're going to pluck the feathers using a knife. Oh! So they're going to pluck the ugly duckling's feathers, and they're going to see what type of muscle is remaining
Oh
there.
my God. You know what it makes me think of? When they land and they pull this duck out and pull all his feathers down and make him walk down the street with people on side to side going, shame, shame, shame. That's what
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. That's poor duckling. It's already ugly now.
Oh, hello? Yes? Yes. You don't say. Okay, great. I'm on the air now. Okay, great. Okay, bye.
We have a special report?
Special report. Update for the Ugly Duckling Initiative. This was a marketing effort.
What?
Ugly Duckling Goes to Space will be in theaters this Halloween.
Are you kidding me?
Happy Halloween.
The hell? Okay, in that case, it's kind of like, Howard the Duck then. Isn't he from space?
Howard the Duck is from space.
Oh, interesting.
This was just a marketing ploy. That's crazy. They brought out the big guns.
Okay.
That's crazy.
So they hired all those people on the street protesting. It's like they're really like just kind of like
they were
paid marketers.
Yeah. So I am. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to go see the movie now.
Yeah, I want to see. I mean, I love Howard the Duck.
I think the marketing went
Poor
well.
Ugly Duckling. Is this a horror movie or a comedy? What is this?
I guess we're gonna find out.
Oh man.
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Wow. All right.
All right. Well, thank you so much for bringing that news story here. I'm glad we got that update right at the end. It comes out on Halloween.
Oh yeah, that's right. You said that.
Yeah.
Yay! Go on and see it.
Yes. I don't think news anchors wave. I don't think news anchors wave.
Oh wow.
That wasn't that. So as soon as I saw theater, I was like, okay, so maybe
I
at the
forgot you
end,
even had that.
At the end, I'm gonna make it like this was the plot of a movie.
Oh my God.
That's great.
Yeah, I wasn't sure where that was going.
Carl, will you be my player number 2?
Oh, I'll always be your player number 2, LaQuita.
Okay, but look out for the boss. Oh, dang it. Welcome to
Plug and Play.
Welcome to Plug and Play. This is our video gaming section of the podcast. So we talk about what we're playing, whether we're playing mobilely or
any upcoming games that are coming out that we're excited about.
Anything that you have to plug in to play.
That's right. Or, as electricity, you might not need to plug it in with batteries.
Yeah. Well, you need to plug it in at some point.
I guess. Anyway. So one of the first things I wanted to mention is a game that I've been playing on beta, on PC, on Steam. Not on Steam, I lied. On its own server, but it's DC Dual Force. And it is currently now available on Steam and the Epic Store, and hopefully other people will play it other than me.
Okay,
but it's a trading card game. Yeah, it's a collectible trading card game. It's digital and it's free to play.
Nice.
And I'm
Carl's specialty.
Yeah.
Carl's favorite.
Yeah. And of course, everyone knows the 20th. Both Spider-Man 2 and Super Mario Wonder came out.
Yeah.
And I did see a little bit of it. I didn't play it. Jason did, and I watched.
Okay. What do you think so far?
I think they both look. Yeah, it looks like a very traditional Mario game, but I imagine there must be like some really cool little tidbits that make it more up to date and
make it
fun and edgy. I mean, it also is a 4-player multiplayer game, so that's gonna be fun to be able to play.
Yeah,
if we can do that soon.
Yes.
And for Spider-Man 2, it did kind of look like the previous Spider-Man game, so it seems really similar. I think there's some things that are different, obviously, but we shall see.
Okay, okay, that sounds
Looks
good.
fun, though.
Oh, well, I've never played any of the Spider-Man games, but I almost wanted to get it just because you have the free world swinging, so I just wanted to swing through the city. That would be my only reason to get it. So,
well, feel free to play later. You can swing all you want.
Just swing around. I have been playing, so I finally got around to playing Fortnightmares.
Oh.
Well, okay, let me preface this. I didn't play the Horde mode yet. I meant to play it. I fell asleep today. So I didn't play the Horde mode of Fortnitemares, but there are quests in the Battle Royale that you can do to unlock things, and they have a blood moon. They're the blood moon. So you know how...
Oh, wait, something happens?
You know how the map changes?
Dark? Yeah.
So the map changes, and then eventually you get a blood moon, and then it gets real creepy out there. There's like zombie walking signs. There's candy you can pick up, trick or treats. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I was playing when the blood moon came out, but then I died, so I didn't get to see what cool stuff happens. So I did win 2 games. The best thing about right now in the Fortnite store, well, as of this recording, I don't know how long he's going to be there. You know I love cats. My spirit animal is a cat.
I know what you're going to say, yeah.
So I have been collecting all of the Meowscles.
Oh, yeah.
They have a phantom Meowscles. He's black and purple. If I feel like editing, you'll probably see him right about here. If I don't feel like editing, then I'm just framing
and he looks
my face.
Kind of crazy, too, though, like, because his eyes are
white.
It's like he's an alien.
It's like
right?
It's like he's possessed a little bit. Yes, but his...
They're like big white eyeballs.
Yeah. And his feet, because when I'm skydiving, I can see his feet. His feet are all black, and then they have like purple veins. So it looks so cool. Looks so cool. And he only has pants on, so that's great.
Right.
No shirt. So
well, he has to show his Meowscles.
Meowscles. I love it. Love him. I won 2 games with him today, so he is a great character.
Cool.
And also, anyone who is a part of the Fortnite crew, right now they have their Rocket League duo right now. So if you play, there are ways that you can unlock additional things in Rocket League. So they have
and
their
vice
own.
Versa?
They don't. I don't
normally
know.
They do
vice
something
versa.
like that. I normally play the Rocket League to get the free stuff for Fortnite.
Yeah,
So
there might be, but if you're a crew member, there are quests right now for Rocket League. So that's cool. That's all I have for Fortnite.
I think that might be all we have for plug and play, unless we got updates on any other games that we usually play.
No, it's so hard with school right now. I was happy I got to play today.
Okay.
So
we need to play.
We do. Today's broadcast brought to you by... Welcome to Brought to You By. This is the segment where we create a sponsor for the podcast. It's another one of our improv sections. Let's roll to see who will be taken on today.
5. You might get to go today.
What the world?
Are you serious?
My rolling is...
I almost want to just... We should be alternating.
Well, 5. I'm just do it.
Because that one was interrupted by the wire and it didn't bounce or roll.
It's very weird. It's very weird. Like, I have not been rolling well today, so thank God I'm not playing D&D. I would die. I'd be dying.
So with Brought to You By, we use this game called Blabbi, and we're not using it the way it's intended, but it's got Scrabble-like letters, and we choose 8 random letters, and the person who will be doing it today, LaQuita, will have to create a word out of that and tell us what the sponsor is based on that word, and some prompt cards that will be topics to help her create it for us. So let's have her pick 3
topics. So I'll pick. Does anyone never not pick from the middle? You know what? I'm gonna pick one from the top and one from the bottom, because I feel like whenever you spread cards out, your first inclination is to go for the middle. Okay, so my topic cards right now, oh my God, are smells, sounds, and superpowers.
So what are your letters?
So my letters, I have T, I have O, I have Y, I have S, I have I, I have E, I have L, and I have N. So give me a moment here.
I can't wait to hear what you got.
Okay.
Give me cannot wait.
2 moments here.
I wonder what happens if we do this.
Got it.
Do this again when you're ready.
Oh, yeah.
Boop, 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 boop.
Okay.
Ooh, ready?
I'm ready.
Today's broadcast brought to you by...
Today's broadcast is going to be by a sponsor called SLOTIEYN. So SLOTIEYN is actually a biochemical factory. And they came out a couple years ago. Do you remember back in the 90s when everyone was getting slimed on Nickelodeon and Goop?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yes. So after slime kind of like settled down a little bit, the company that originally was making the slime ended up going into like more nuclear options. So they were building a lot of biochemical things. And one of the people there they smelled something really weird. There was really weird smells coming from the new slime that they were trying to create. Because back in the day, they made it so that it smelled like applesauce, so it was kid-friendly. So they were trying to do a new version of that, but make it edgy. Because we were coming into Y2K, everybody was great.
Interesting.
So they tried to make it edgy. And when they were walking through the factory, now this SLOTIEYN is like, it's not a traditional like green color. It's actually more of like a indigo blue. It's like that type of color. So they were walking through, and one day somebody started playing music, really loud. They didn't have headsets in, and while they were playing music, the loud sounds made the SLOTIEYN start like pulsing. So you kind of remember Ghostbusters 2, where the sludge came out. So it kind of pulsed. So they were like, oh, this thing's alive. Like, what's going on? So they go in, they were doing samples, they were doing cultures, they had their hazmat suits on, and somebody came to work sleepy. And he forgot to put his whole suit on. He left off a glove. So when he went in there to take the samples, the SLOTIEYN grabbed him. It went all up. It went into his nose. It did kind of like a flubber thing. And now he has superpowers. He has superpowers. And he goes by the name SLOTIEYN because SLOTIEYN was never released to the public. So he runs around and he makes really crazy smells and really crazy sounds, and he squirts people with ooze. It's ridiculous.
But since he's a superhero, he's helping people by doing that.
We would hope. He says he's a superhero, but if you ever see Invincible, a lot of people say they're superheroes.
For all we know, they're just trying to be a TikTok star.
He could.
Right?
He actually has a TikTok and an Instagram. He has 2.3 million followers right now.
Damn.
So
good for him.
Well, thank you, SLOTIEYN, for sponsoring this. We hope you're actually a superhero.
And I hope he's okay. I mean, I imagine, are there any side effects? I hope he's okay.
He hasn't told us any because he's still trying to, I guess, sell the product later on.
Make that money now.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of like a Captain America type thing, like a super soldier. So we'll see what happens.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Good work.
Oh, cat hair.
Cat hair. Carl, what are we watching this week?
I don't know. What are we watching this week? Something really exciting.
Let's check. On the screen.
I'm excited about what we're watching, what we've watched.
Yes, what we watched. You are
finally caught up.
Yes. So we like to take a show that's going on. We like to do it about a week or two behind so that we're not doing too many spoilers. But Carl, why don't you introduce the series that we're watching?
Now that Ahsoka's over, we decided to move on to Loki season 2, which just started. However, I had not seen season 1 yet at all. So I basically watched it in the past week and a half, and I'm caught up, and I saw season 2, number 1, episode 1.
So what? Okay, so we're kind of gonna go back a little bit because I want to get his thoughts on season 1 before we jump into season 2.
So much to talk. So
what did you think of season 1?
Feel free to spoilers, even though it's season 1 is kind of old now, but feel free to go to the next chapter or fast forward, a couple minutes or so.
You're going to have to fast forward probably about 8 to 9 minutes now because we're going to talk about season 1 and then season 2. So go to the next chapter or fast forward and we'll see you soon.
Yeah.
All right.
So much to talk about.
Okay.
I thought season 1 was so good.
So good.
I thought it might actually be the best Marvel show.
It was real.
Right?
I still think WandaVision's better, but it was real. I loved WandaVision.
Yeah, I really thought Loki was just so original and they really humanized him, and like he really is just a what do you call it?
Variant.
Huh?
Oh.
What's the word I'm looking for? Anti-hero. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting for me because we all know that Loki died, right? Well, if you don't know, spoilers, but we told you to fast forward. We all know that Loki died in, was it Endgame or Infinity War? It was Infinity War, right?
He did?
Yeah, remember
Loki got captured.
Loki was on the ship and died. Yeah, remember, Thor was there and Loki kind of saved him there, and he died. And then when they went back in time to collect the stones, that Loki got away. That's who this is.
Those are two different Lokis?
The Loki that died is dead. That is a different Loki. Yeah. The Loki in this series is the one. Remember when they were doing the time thing? He was the one that escaped.
That was from a different.
That was from the first Avenger movie. It's a different timeline because anytime you go and do anything with time, it branches off. That's what the TVA is.
Right.
They monitor all those branches.
So much I want to talk about now. You just reminded me.
Yes. So that Loki is the Loki because we thought that Loki was going to come back during Endgame and affect something. But no, this was really them Marvel setting up for Loki to have his own series about time and time travel.
Well, if it is, I mean, they did a great job.
It's
I was just
so
super
good.
impressed.
And then when you found out who the masked person was, the masked person that he was chasing at first.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And it was Sylvie, which is him.
I really like Sylvie a lot. The series almost makes me think of like a British, sci-fi, like Doctor Who. I mean, I don't know if do you.
I've never watched.
Oh, no. You'll like it, but it's just so smart and the characters are so fun. I almost was ready to jump all the way to the end of season 1.
Why?
End of season 1 with the reveal of when they reached to the end.
He at the end of time or whatever. He who remains. Yeah, whatever his name is.
So I had forgotten that he shows up. Do you know who he actually is? Did you watch? Did you watch the new Ant-Man movie?
I have not.
I have not watched it, but I know he's in it. Do you know the actual character is Kang?
No.
Kang the Conqueror is who he is.
Yeah.
And so in the comics, he's in a billion different timelines, and in each one, he's like a different version of himself. When he could be a good guy, when he could be a bad guy, and all that stuff, right? And really skip ahead. Eventually, one of his variants is a child, is him as a child who comes to present timeline, and he's a hero, and he decides to be Iron Lad. And so he becomes like not a sidekick to Iron Man, but kind of he's in the Young Avengers. Yeah. So there's a Young Avengers team that was created by Kang, that guy, the one who remains, but a good version of him as a child.
That's so interesting. I think it's so. I am so. It's just Iron so. Lad. It's just it is just smart because you can do so many things, especially so many time elements were talked about in other series and other movies and stuff. So you can really pull anything. Like Gamora could show up out of nowhere because remember they went back and now she's alive, but it's a different version of her. Yeah, it's so crazy.
And the thing is, I feel like they could have really messed it up or made it really bad.
Yeah,
and they didn't. And I also did, like I said, I didn't watch the Ant-Man, new Ant-Man either, and I also didn't watch Doctor Strange in the.
Oh, I did watch that. Multiverse of Madness. Oh, that was good.
Did it connect to this in any way? Because it's multiverse.
Probably.
Wait, Kang was not in that?
I don't think
he wasn't in it?
No, it had more.
I guess he was just in the
Mordor, whatever.
MODOK.
Him.
Right.
Yeah.
MODOK.
So
Okay.
it's good. Okay, so fast forward to the first episode of season 1.
Yeah.
Or season 2,
Season
episode
2.
1.
Yeah, I didn't even realize I was in that episode because I was just watching through and I thought there was supposed to be 8 episodes in season 1, but there was only 6. So then I thought I was watching episode 7, and then I saw a character that I knew was not in the first season, but it was in the second season, and I was like, wait a minute, and I looked. And I felt like it went straight into it fairly logically.
Smoothly,
I felt like it
because he literally got kicked through the door.
Yeah.
And then he appears, so that transit. It's so good, man.
Also was just so fascinating and super, super sci-fi. Like, they had to that whole thing where they had to time whether or not he can come back.
Yeah.
And...
Yeah, and he was in the suit. Mobius was in the suit.
Was, right.
I love Ouroboros. I love OB.
Oh, yeah, that guy, OB. Yeah,
that was so cool. Like, it was so freaking cool, like how he was getting transferred back in time, but then he was getting the things.
He was
to
talking to him from the
so
past,
good.
so that in present day he was like, "Oh wait, no, I remember that now."
Yeah, it's like
something happened in the past.
And Moby's like, "Wait,
Loki.
are you talking to him now? Like, what's going on?" It's funny.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's so good. I can't wait to watch episode 2 because this is what I was going to tell you earlier, but then I said I'll save it for when we're recording. Did you watch past the credits?
Where Sylvie pops up? Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the McDonald's
She's
thing,
at
right?
McDonald's.
Yeah.
And then she says her motive. She wants to try everything because she didn't have a life because she was a variant. She was always on the run. She had no life.
How's she alive?
What do you mean? She killed.
I forgot.
She killed that version of Kane. Took his stuff. Kicked, effing Liu Kang kicked this guy. So, that's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think the 3rd episode's out now. So.
Yeah, it is, because we're 2 weeks behind. So plenty of time to catch up before we talk about next episode. Yeah. But yeah, I really like it. It's so good. So good. It's also funny. Like, it has some comical, like when Loki kept going in and out, he was like, "I thought you said it wasn't that bad." And he was like, I lied. I lied.
Yeah, right. That's funny. I really like that too. That is funny.
Man. So definitely check out Loki. If you haven't watched season 1, check out season 1. And then season 2 is playing now. So we'll have episode 2 for you next week. All right, Carl.
Once upon a time,
we read a book. I still love it. Welcome to our read section.
Yes.
We completely forgot to say before on the screens that now we're in the second half of the show, which is entertainment.
Oh.
If you didn't know, we're in the second half of the show, which is entertainment.
Yeah. Did you get to read any more of your book this week?
I did not. No, I did not get to read any more of Loki. I'm so busy. but no, I did not.
We did read something else.
We did.
So we had said we were going to start like a weekly comic thing, and we pushed it a week, and we actually read one this week.
Yes.
And we had announced that it was going to be Birds of Prey #1.
Yes.
And we're going to do a different comic each week, and I'll tell you more about that later. Oh, look at that. There's Harley.
Yeah, I'm wearing Harley.
Mine is somewhat.
Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I mean, she's in there.
Close enough.
Where is she? Oh my God, where's she?
I don't think she's in there.
Of course she's in there.
But I don't see her.
What? No.
I don't see Harley.
That?
That's not Harley. Oh yeah, no, that is her. That's her. They have her name over her face.
Oh, I should have even brought up the comic.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna have the comic.
What a dummy. Is there an iPad over there?
No.
No.
Well, you know what? Maybe
Right
I'll
here.
put. Oh, so he found the iPad. Well, while he's getting that up, my experience with this was very interesting because I don't read comics that often. I always want to, but I don't. So it took me a moment to get into how to read it.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
It only took me a moment. It didn't take me too long to figure it out. But like going from panel to panel or frame to frame, I don't know the nomenclature, I don't know the like jargon, like how you're supposed to say it. But going from like frame to frame was very interesting. So, Birds of Prey season 1.
Oops. It's going to be on the last page. So, Yeah, so basically I was going to pick a book that was in the dawn of the DC initiative, and there's a lot of other books that came out before this, but this happened to come out more recently, and so I selected it. This is the cover.
Yes.
Birds of Prey #1. Woo! So let's discuss.
Yes.
So I read it and I was immediately like a little concerned that it seems so short. You know, it's not even like a full episode of a show. It's like a third, and then it's like, that's it. You know, it basically just introduced some of the characters, and I was concerned that even, like, I was just concerned about someone just jumping into it, not knowing a lot of other things, and whether it would seem confusing. I mean, this is supposed to be a #1 and a jumping on point for people, so I am really curious what came across, like, how did it come across to you?
So, when I was reading it, I was like, oh, okay, Birds of Prey, okay, I know this, I can definitely get into this. I saw the movie, I can get into this. I will say I was trying to figure out who people were, because let's be honest, I only know one person on here. But then I was like, Black Canary, wait, I know her. And then I saw Arrow, and I was like, oh wait. And then Cassandra Cain was also in Arrow, right? I was like, wait a second.
No, the Birds of Prey movie, that little Asian girl, she was Cassandra Cain.
Oh, okay.
But obviously not quite the same, because that's what she's supposed to be like right there.
Yeah.
And she was not.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea who Big Barda and Zealot. Why did I call her Keto? I called her a diet.
But I will say that Zealot is, I've mentioned this before, from the Wildstorm universe.
Oh, nice.
So they're slowly introducing Wildstorm characters that I really like, into the DC universe, and she's one of them.
She looks like she's like a cousin to Inuyasha.
You know what? In the comics, originally, she's basically kind of like Wonder Woman, in the sense that, you know how Wonder Woman is an Amazon? She is part of a group of, I guess, kind of like Amazons, called the Coda.
Okay.
And so, like the Amazons, they were just like warriors. Like, they take no, business. And so, and they're all women.
Okay.
All women. Yeah. So it's very much like the Amazons, except they're from space. But in any case, you should think of her as like an Amazon, but, kills people.
And Big Barda gives me a lot of like, what are their names? Asgardian vibes is what she gives me.
Completely. Yes, because she's part of the New Gods. And so the creator who created the fourth world, it's this thing called the fourth world, where there's these new gods and Apocalypse. Apocalypse is who Darkseid is, where he comes from.
Yeah.
And on the other side, when he worked for Marvel, he created all those things like Thor and Loki and stuff like that, and that's why you might see those kind of similarities. So in that same way, she is kind of like
she reminds me of an
warrior.
Asgardian.
Yeah, she's like an Asgardian warrior. Yeah,
it was really good. I know you were concerned with me. Well, I like story, like I like build up, I like backstory. So I enjoyed it. Like, I enjoyed like seeing how they got the team together and whatnot. I thought it was cool.
I was really curious about like why she was putting the scheme together, because she kept alluding to like it being super dangerous and why she needed a specific team. But I'm curious, when they finally revealed what it was, did it mean anything to you?
It didn't mean anything to me. I know who the Amazons are, obviously, but then they were
spoilers.
Oh yeah.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Oh,
sorry.
Spoilers. Get out of here. So right at the end, when there's like, if they kill her, like the world is gonna end or something.
Yeah, that I don't understand.
And I don't understand who this moth lady is at the end that came out.
The moth lady?
The lady at the end, the lady who hired her or whatever.
Hired who? Her?
Yeah, the one who told her about, the one who comes out right at the very last scene.
Oh boy, did I? I'm pretty sure I read it.
Yeah, the girl, the chick that came, her.
Oh, her. Oh, her. I know exactly who that is.
She looked like a moth.
Okay, yeah. So I have never seen her like this before. Her name apparently is Meridian, and she's from the future. However, in the present day, we know her as a small Japanese girl who goes to Gotham Academy named Maps. And there's a comic that she's in. It's called Gotham Academy, and it's super good. It's kind of like Riverdale.
Oh,
like, you know
yeah.
what I mean? It's kind of like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? That kind of drama, but it's also like, because there's like murders and stuff like this in Gotham Academy, and she wanted to be Robin. And so she's, you know, she knows Batman and things like that. And apparently, when she gets older, she becomes this.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad that they brought this character back, because she was just in that series and she was such a great character. And
Right.
we were hoping, like, you know, she would show up again somewhere. And so it's kind of cool that she's somehow a part of this. But we have no idea what the heck's going on. Like, why would she...
I don't know, but that's what I like. And then look, the next episode, we've made a horrible mistake. I'm so excited. I'm in. I'm ready for for episode 2 or volume 2, whatever.
Issue 2.
Issue 2. I will get better at knowing what I'm supposed to say for these.
And it's interesting because they I was afraid that they were just shoehorning Harley Quinn into it, just because, you know, it's kind of like when you put Batman into books, it makes them more likely to be purchased.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like with Harley Quinn because she's so popular. Harley Quinn was never a part of Birds of Prey until the movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that didn't even really exist. That kind of was created, and then I guess that's why they want to put her on this. But I like that the logic that they kind of use to put her in there is that she's the unpredictable factor that they were kind of looking for, because they are building a team of real badasses.
Yeah, that will make you crap your pants.
That's right. Oh, look.
That looks good. Yeah, I did see that. So yeah, that was good for my first comic with you. I think that was a good jumping on point for me.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll be continuing to review Birds of Prey. I mean, I will be continuing to read it, and I'm not going to force LaQuita to read it, but, you know, if she happens to, that's great. But otherwise, I was going to choose another book, but I was going to let you kind of help me decide. It's going to be another number 1.
Okay.
In the DC, Dawn of DC. And so I'm going to name them out, and you tell me which one.
Okay.
You'll probably hate this one, but Batman and Robin, number 1. Wonder Woman, number 1. I've already read it, but I know I liked it. So, and then there's Green Lantern War Journal. This is with John Stewart, the Black Green Lantern. The Black Green Lantern. I know, I said it. I did it on purpose. Okay. Blue Beetle, number 1.
Okay.
Because we saw the movie. Cyborg, number 1.
Okay.
City Boy, number 1.
City Boy.
Yeah,
that's all I think of.
That's not a great
City
name,
Boy.
but he's Korean, so represent. Vigil, number 1, is a team of, I think they're all either like Indian or Middle Eastern.
Okay.
And I don't think it's Native American.
Oh, God.
Anyway, it's Eastern because it's part of the Asian initiative that they're doing. So it's probably Indian.
Okay.
And then Spirit World, number 1, that is also part of the Asian initiative they have.
Okay.
She's Chinese, but she's also non-binary.
Okay.
And Doom Patrol, number 1.
Okay. So I do want to get through all of them.
That's too many right there.
I do want to get through all of them. If this is going to be for next week, I think we should probably do Spirit World or Doom Patrol.
Oh, because of the
it's still
Halloween aspect?
Yes.
Interesting.
So either one of those, pick and send me the information.
Okay. I almost want to pick now because then we can tell people to kind of try to get it. You know what the crappy part is? That I already read Spirit World. I don't know why I put it in there.
Then do Doom Patrol.
Really?
Yeah.
But I want to represent Spirit World. You should still read it, and Cassandra Cain is in it.
You should still read it. We're doing Doom Patrol.
Are you sure we shouldn't do Spirit World?
You just said you already read it. You don't want to do it.
No, I do. Maybe we should.
Even?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll roll for it. Woo!
So even is Spirit World. Odd is Doom
Patrol. Let's do it.
10. Spirit World.
Spirit World it is. All right. So I want to let you know, though, it's been out for a little while, so you can definitely maybe find it in your local comic book store, which would be great to support, or maybe a bookstore possibly if they don't even have to trade, maybe. But other than that, you can also purchase it digitally on Comixology, or if you're even more awesome and a lovely DC fan, you should get the DC Universe Infinite app, which has all the comics, and you can actually get them a month not in advance, but a month after release if you get the Ultra Edition, which I do, and it's amazing. I love it. So yeah, so join us and read Spirit World #1, and we'll discuss it next week.
Woohoo! I'm excited.
Yay!
I'm excited.
And now we're gonna move on to bonus rounds.
Ooh.
Let's begin our bonus round.
You're so lucky. Welcome to bonus rounds. This is where we put content that doesn't fit in any of our other pre-planned segments.
Basically. Yeah.
So literally anything and everything will go in here.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to start off bonus rounds?
I don't actually, but I will chime in on whatever you're doing.
Okay.
What you got?
So I don't know if I should start with when did you know, or you know what, let's actually take it because I went to Howl O Scream at SeaWorld. It's my first time going. They started it 2021, so this is like their second or third year.
That's really new.
Yeah, because they've been doing it at Busch Gardens in Tampa. They recently started doing it at SeaWorld Orlando.
Oh.
So yeah, really cool. So
I'm super curious.
Yes, I have a little bit of a video for you. So let's shoot to me on location.
LaQuita.
Thank you, Carl and Jason, and welcome. This is Burkisha, New Zealand, and I'm on location at Howl O Scream at SeaWorld Orlando. This is my first visit here, so let's see what it has to offer. Well, looks like somebody's having a bad day. I have lemonade here. I didn't get this one when we came through. I found the girls! Well, oh, shit! Oh, yes, okay. We're not at HHN. Alright, Brandy, what happened to the house?
Why are they following me? Not okay. Also, dead man tell no tales.
After settling down and finding the girls, we went into Captain's Revenge. The scare zones were probably one of my favorite parts, as there were scare actors in the trees, and props, just walking in the crowd. It was great. What's super cool is you can ride the coasters in the dark. Oh, yeah. And big money. No whammies. Number 6. Big money, no whammies. 3. Ashley and I spun the Shots of Courage wheel, and now we're drinking our mystery shots. I had tequila, and it was disgusting. Oh.
Not a clue.
Brandy cheated and saw what the mystery shot options were, and she asked for the banana moonshine. Is this just a scare zone? Oh, Jesus. Oh, I'm down. I had a threesome and other so happy. Yeah, I like that. Brandy is scared of clowns. Just watch as she balls her fist up as we're walking through Carnival. The Monster Stomp show was pretty good, and it followed Jack the Ripper. And for our final house, we did Beneath the Ice Meltdown, which was actually pretty hot. Oh my God, that was so fun. That was such a fun night. That was such a fun night.
I want to go.
Okay. So now I'm going to do, I am a connoisseur. I am a Halloween Horror Nights or spooky person. Like, I'm not like super into spooky stuff, but when events come around like this, I always want to go. So
how did they compare?
We're gonna do a comparison.
Yeah.
So we'll go through the different things. So each event has similar things. They have haunted houses that you can go in. Mm-hmm. They have scare zones that you walk through. They have rides that are open. They have shows, and then they have food and beverage. So,
I mean, it sounds great.
Yes. Let's start with the houses. Howl O Scream at SeaWorld had 5. Okay. They're kind of more like mazes than houses.
Really?
What I enjoyed about them is it's not like Halloween Horror Night where you just go in a line and everybody's going at the same time. Mm-hmm. No, they stop the line and they send groups of people at a time.
Really? Oh, that's scarier.
Yeah, so they send groups of people at a time. I really enjoyed it. It's not better than Halloween Horror Nights.
It's not?
Because even though they sent groups of people and you go through these different rooms and, you're pretty much going to get scared by whatever's in there, it wasn't scary. And I feel like there could have been more scare actors in there, like around different places, but there weren't.
Aww.
So,
maybe there weren't enough of them.
Maybe. I mean, we did go on a Thursday night, so I don't know. But for houses, I'm going to give that to Halloween Horror Nights. So Halloween Horror Nights has 1.
Okay.
And then let's go to scare zones. Now, scare zones, they had 7. So they had more scare zones than houses, which was very interesting. Halloween Horror Nights has 5 compared to their 10 houses. So their scare zones were pretty cool. We went through, their scare zones are very interactive. I got squirted. We went through like a toxic poison thing, and the old dude had like the pest control people have like the little thing. I got squirted with some poison, so I guess I'm infected now.
That's cool.
There was one scare actor, like she was in role, like she followed me the whole time. She's like, my whole crew is dead, but I'm fine. I'm not infected. And then she walked by the black light, and you saw like,
that's so
like
cool.
like it lit up. It was going dark, and I was like, ma'am, you're infected. She's like, why would you say that? I'm fine. And she just followed us the whole time, and it was really cool. And then there were things in the bushes and whatnot, so it was very interesting. I'm going to give scare zones to Howl O Scream. I think they're better. Again, there's the issue of there weren't as many scare actors out there, and it's not as crowded as HHN. So you can kind of see everything coming. But like I really enjoyed the scare. Like a couple things actually got me in the scare zone. So yeah. And then we go on to the shows. The shows were really good. They had 2 shows. One called Siren Song, where the sirens sing. We didn't see that one. We saw Monster Stomp, which was really cool. This year they did a retelling of Jack the Ripper. They sang. They had a lot of poppy songs during the performance. It was really good. It was inside in the theater.
Oh, really?
It was fantastic. Again, not crowded, so it was great. And then, Halloween Horror Nights has Academy of Villains. I still prefer Academy of Villains, but this was different, and it was cool. It was a lot more singing and dancing and whatnot, but it wasn't like the cool tricks that you see at Halloween Horror Nights. So I'm going to have to give the show to HHN.
Okay.
And then we're on to the rides. So HHN has their rides open. SeaWorld has their coasters open. Coasters in the dark. Pretty much everything but Kraken was open.
Really? Wow.
That was super fun. Like, I love coaster. I have to give the rides to Howl O Scream. So this is where we're at. We're at 2 and 2.
What about food?
So for food, their selections weren't as good. I will say they had a similar burger. They had a vampire burger, but theirs was candied bacon jam. Instead of Universal's actual like jelly or whatever. So I'm gonna give food to Universal. They had a better variety in things. But what I will say is Howl O Scream had a really good like the atmosphere of it was great because it wasn't super packed. So it was just great. Like we could walk.
You got to do everything.
We did everything.
Right? Yeah.
In 5 hours from 7 to midnight, we did everything.
Nice.
Pretty much. I mean, we just didn't do that one show, but we did everything else. We did all 5 houses, all 7 scare zones, and we got on roller coasters in the dark. So,
how about comparably? I mean, I imagine Halloween Horror Nights probably was much more expensive.
Halloween
right?
Horror Nights is more expensive. I got a pass, but also for Howl O Scream, I have an annual pass, so I got a discount off of our tickets. So we paid after tax, we paid like $50 for a Thursday, which was not bad at all. And then I get parking free, so that's fine. But you do have to pay parking if you don't have a pass. The last thing I would mention is, as you see in the video that we did, the Shots of Courage thing is so cool. So it's a wheel and it has numbers on it, and you take a mystery shot. So you spin the wheel, and whatever number it lands on, that's the shot you take. So you'll see me and my friend Ashley doing mystery shots. So it was great. I had a fantastic experience. So Halloween Horror Nights is still gonna reign supreme. But as far as the experience of the night, because the weather was nice, it wasn't crazy crowded, no rain. We were able to get through everything, like and I was there with my friends, so it was a great experience. Still prefer Halloween Horror Nights. I'll be there on Sunday.
Halloween Horror Nights.
Halloween Horror Nights.
Oh, okay.
But Howl O Scream is definitely worth it. So check it out, and the price point is less. So
fantastic.
Yes. So I'm excited about that. Okay.
What about other Halloween stuff in the area?
So,
are you planning on going to those?
I'm planning to go to Petrified Forest and Lou Garden. So Petrified Forest is in Altamont Springs. This is for my locals. Sorry if you're not in Orlando. Sorry. Petrified Forest is in Altamont Springs. They have 3 trails and a laser tag this year. Ooh. So it's really cool. And it's like the price isn't bad. Like the 3 trails, I think it's $35 plus tax. The laser tag add-on is like $12.
But it's Halloween themed?
It's Halloween themed, but you're in like cornfields and mazes and stuff. Like it's outdoors.
Wait, do you use the laser tag stuff to shoot monsters or yourselves?
No, laser tag is separate. So they have a battle arena. But the 3 trails you walk through, it's like walking through houses, but they're outdoors. And scare actors can touch you here. So just so you know, yeah. Last time I went, I haven't gone since COVID. But last time I went, all you had, your light source was 1 glow stick that one person in your party gets. And all of the scare actors are trying to take your glow stick. That's their whole job.
What?
Yep. That's their whole job.
That must be so crazy, scary / fun.
Yeah, I don't know if that's how they still do it, but pre-COVID, that's how they were doing it.
We
so
should go.
Let's go.
I can't imagine how crazy that would be.
Let's go. I'm so excited.
Oh my God.
And then Lou Gardens has 2 Halloween events. They go on at the same time. They have one for kids that's called Happy Frights. And then they have one for adults that's called Haunted Nights. So they have like 12 different worlds and they're themed. There's like hay bells. I hear it's really good. I want to try to get there before the end of the season.
Is that the same place that does like the Christmas one too?
Yeah, they do the Christmas one. That's the place where I was trying to take you to the Asian Lantern Festival or whatnot. Lou Gardens. Lou Gardens is really nice in downtown Orlando, and a lot of people don't know about it. Like it's like a butterfly garden, like normally, like during the day, but they've been trying to like enhance it by making events and stuff.
Yeah,
it's a pretty place.
Like shows and like. Yeah, that's great that they're doing that.
Very good.
I think it was them that had another one. There was like a fairy fantasy related thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, fairies in the garden or something like that is what they call it. So yeah, it's really good. So check those out. That's all I have for Halloween things that are coming on. I mean, there's a lot of Halloween things going on. If you have puppies, they're doing pup crawls and Barktoberfest. Yeah, pup crawls and Barktoberfest next weekend.
Okay.
Downtown Orlando and somebody else. Well, you take your dogs, you dress them up.
They crawl?
Well, you know how you do a pub crawl?
Oh.
So pup crawl.
So where are you
So you go to 12 different bars in downtown Orlando.
With your dogs?
You have your dogs, they're dressed up. You go, you get a drink. Your dog, they have contests. Yeah.
Well, you gotta bring some poop bags and water for your dog.
Yeah. Well, my friend has like a portable like water thing that pops up. So yeah, enjoy. I'm so excited. I'm so sad that we only have like 2 more weeks left.
Wow.
It's crazy. The month has gone by. All right, so the last part of bonus rounds, I'm going to take a drink. Carl has no idea what this is. I told him to write something on the list. It's called When Did You Know? Now, me and my friend, Brandy, we were out to dinner last night.
I'm scared.
Somehow we got talking about like friendships and when did you know that this was your person? Like, when was that moment in time that you were like, oh, this person's gonna be more than like a base level friend? Because there's like base level friends, there's like acquaintances, there's like good friends, there's like best friends, they're like, and then there's like family.
Interesting.
So I wanted to pose this question to you, Carl.
I wonder if I can answer it.
Can you pinpoint a time where you knew that you wanted to be friends with me?
Oh my gosh.
Now, while you think about it, I'm going to talk about my experience of when I knew.
Oh, it might be the same. Who knows?
It might be the same. For me and Brandy, it was the same, but hers was, I think, a week earlier than mine. Because it's like you're like dating. It's like, does this person like me as much as I like them? You know, like it's like one of those feelings, like you don't know. But then there's just specific points where you're like, oh, this is deeper than just like base level friendship. So for me, one of the first instances that I kind of picked up on was you invited me to game night, and I don't remember what happened, but something happened and you had to cancel or something like that, and you were so upset about it. You was like, and you just kept saying, no, I just don't want you to think that, and you just kept saying, especially you, like, I want you to know that I want to hang out, I'm just not able to, or whatever. And I was like, Carl, it's fine. Like, and previous to that, I was like, oh, we're kind of like base level friends because we hadn't hung out outside of work. Yeah. And you were just so distraught. And then when I finally was able to make it over for the first game, I just remember you were just so happy. And I was like, oh, I think this might be more.
You know, you mentioned that, and it does kind of bring me back. And I had thought about this previously, that with you, you were just the type of person where I felt like, I mean, everybody wanted to be LaQuita's friend, okay? And it was kind of like, you know, I mean, I didn't fight other people, you know, for her attention, but it was a little bit like, you know, she's got a social schedule, you know, but I always felt like LaQuita was somebody I would want to do almost everything with, because she's just that type of person, you know. And I think one of the first things in when we worked together is from when we worked together, and I can really kind of observe your personality and observe you, you know, before we actually hung out, you know. And you were just always really fun. And one thing I always just remember that I just love is that I could tell you liked to have an audience or like to perform a little, because you would like go around and like dance around. You would like dance like at work. You would walk between the aisles and like, you know, do your thing. And I'll be like, she is so awesome. I want to hang out with her. And not only that, but you liked so many things that I would be interested in. You know, you were just a big geek yourself, you know what I'm saying? So the fact, I was really, it was important to me to include you in my life. And to bring you in and be like, please come to game night, you'll love it. Because I knew how much fun she was. So I am very lucky to have her as my friend, because she does have many friends. So
I'm very lucky to have you. Carl knows it. Listen, I will always say to people, I don't rank friends, but Carl knows that he is upper echelon.
I appreciate
I still remember, you know, actually, I remember when I had to remind you that you're my best friend, and it was on your birthday when we were at Tiny, and we were there, and you was like, oh, thank you for coming to my birthday. I know you have a lot of friends. And then you leaned over to me and you was like, I know you probably don't feel the same, but like, I feel like you're one of my best friends. And I was like, Carl, I absolutely feel the same. Like,
I mean,
it was kind of like, you say I love you first.
It's like, there are very few people I want to be around all the time. Like, she really is just, you're like my main friend here in Orlando. So, you know, but that's probably why I was like that, because, you know, you have, you know, let's see, this week. You know, you have to schedule in advance. Are you open on November 6th?
Yeah, but like,
so,
think about that dynamic now, though. You're scheduled into my week.
Oh, I know. I'm so lucky.
I'm so lucky. Yeah, I just thought it was cool to do that. So I encourage any of you guys to just have that conversation or just think about it with some of your closest friends. Because I was talking to Brandy. I talked about Emily when I knew with Emily. I talked about how me and Emily probably have different points, but it is the same thing. And then I talked about Kelly. And I talked about, you know, some of my best friends. And then obviously I talked about Brandy. I was like, Brandy, I knew with you because you just like called me and was like, when are you going to be here? And I was like, what? So it was just very interesting.
I'm not surprised. That's how everybody who is, you know, lucky enough to secure LaQuita in their circle feels, you know.
Here we go. Moving on. Swiftly moving on. Well, that was great. Well, thank you for humoring me with that.
Thank you. I was so scared what you were going to ask.
When did you know?
I was scared.
Moving up the chart. Moving up the chart.
Moving
up the chart.
Yeah,
baby. Moving up the chart
this week.
You know what? I love that this is the only one that we kept the same because we recorded everything else.
That was the
the
original improv.
Yes, and I loved it so much that we
right?
we kept it. We have a treat for you guys today.
Oh Lord, do we?
Yes,
I'm scared.
I'm gonna roll to see what number. Hopefully, it doesn't go past like 14 because there's only 14 sections.
One thing I bet you want to do first is maybe mention.
Oh, mention that. Yeah, I do want to mention that. So, before we get to our actual improv segment for moving up the charts, the song, it's called like, so like Get It Right, Troye
Sivan?
Yes.
Oh.
So in Silks, that song was playing last night, and I went to my instructor and I was like, hey, what song is that? And I looked on her Spotify playlist, and it was Troye Sivan, and I was like, bro, ever since Carl's introduced me to him, I've been hearing him everywhere.
Yeah?
And the song was so good. And I was like, oh, it's a great song, bro.
Oh, that might have been his first single. I can't remember what it's called.
It's called like Get It something. Get It.
Yeah, get it.
Yeah, so I added it to my Apple Music.
Sweet.
Yeah, so I thought that was cool to mention to you.
That is, wow, he really is getting around.
Mm-hmm. I get around.
Dang.
From town to town. Beach Boys are in town this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Are
you a Beach Boys fan?
Well, I like those songs.
Wow. It's always surprised me how like people know bands are so old and they just keep knowing them. No, but I mean like, you know, even outside of our, you know, parents' generation, you know, we know songs from before that. You know, it's kind of fascinating how these songs just survive.
They started in 61. My mom was born in 63. That's when they started making music. So they're older than that. They're like in their 80s.
What? Where are they playing at?
Dr. Phillips Center.
No. Old Folks Home?
No, Dr. Phillips Center.
Oh, good for them. Oh, they're such a great crowd.
2 original members are in there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who's the other members?
I have no idea.
Where did they get them? Were they the Beach Kids?
The Beach Kids. Here's my cousin Carl.
Yeah. So, in this segment of moving up the charts, we typically use this game called Medium. And we're going to roll for initiative on which cards we're going to draw.
Flip, 15 is one more than what we need. Okay, your turn to roll.
14.
No. You got to roll.
Closest is 14.
10. All right.
I thought we each get a different section, I thought.
Oh, wait, 15's here. Okay, so I get 15, you get 10.
Okay.
So I'll take 1 from 15. I always pull from the middle.
Yeah. So again, we're not using this game as intended. And if you're familiar with Medium, words are presented like randomly, and then we have to come up with the one word that branches, or not branches, but
it's in the middle.
That's the middle.
That connects them.
Yeah, one single word that we can think of that
would connect these words.
Connect those 2 words.
Yeah. So are we gonna do what we've been doing? Like
let's
try to actually play the game?
We're gonna try to play the game with you. So you get to play with us, those listening and those watching. We're gonna tell you 2 words. and then we're going to count 3 to 1, and we're all going to say, hopefully, the same word.
Yes.
The one word that is in common between.
So, are we going to do... Okay. State.
State and grass.
State and grass.
State and grass.
State and grass.
Okay.
I have something.
I have something too. Do you have something?
Do you
Are
have
you
something?
ready?
All right, we're going to count to 3.
3, 2, 1.
Park.
State park.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Oh wait,
state
I
park.
can't say the word
state.
state.
You can't say state.
I can't say state, but park.
We would have got that. Carl just
park.
cheated saying
Yeah,
state park,
I probably
but
shouldn't
state
say,
park is what
you probably
we
can't say state. But we got it right.
We got it right.
I think we got it right.
Yes.
We also didn't tell you that you couldn't say one of these words.
Yeah.
We also didn't tell you if it had to be just a word or if it could be a phrase. It could be a phrase. It could be a word. I think we got it.
Yeah, I think we got it. We were both thinking the same thing.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, Lord. So this is the song that's coming up in the charts this week. State grass. Oh, Lord. I just want to say one thing before we begin. This is how we've been doing it every week, and then we just kind of go into it. At first, we just kind of randomly sang choruses, and then last week we were trying to do something new where we tried to do like a, what do you call it? Oh, my God.
I don't know what you're trying to say.
Not the chorus, but the...
Oh, a verse?
Thank you. We just played a game. To do a verse before we get into the chorus. And then we're thinking, what if we try another way in the future after this one where we pick the words in advance for next week and we try to write
one
verse each.
And then we
improv
the chorus.
And also we were telling ourselves we're going to try to find something that creates music for us to kind of determine the genre and stuff like that. And so I've been kind of working with that. So this week we have some music that I created. Do we want to use what I created or do we want to improv the music?
No, we're using what you created.
I'm scared.
We're using what you created. YOLO.
Oh no.
DJ,
I'm scared.
drop the beat.
Okay, here we go.
Find out, you fucking bitch. Delay.
We are in a state where we can have our grass. The age away. If we don't cut it, they will kick our. Oh!
I have a lawnmower, I never use it. They take it from me and we don't abuse it.
They take it from him and then they give him a fine and then they cut his grass all the darn time.
State grass, cutting it.
Oh.
Grass. They're gonna find our ass. What we gonna do when they find us, y'all?
We aren't gonna cut our grass. I'm telling you right now, heck no!
State grass, stick it up, y'all.
Fake grass. This is my grass. I paid for this house. I paid for my taxes. Get out of my house.
I'm gonna mow it. I think that was the end, but right?
Grass, cutting around. Wait.
Bitch, delay.
Yes!
Carl,
yes! Oh my God.
Why did I love that so much?
No.
Why did I love that so much?
I'm glad you loved it.
I love that we ended on you effing B.
It was perfect timing.
Okay.
Perfect timing. I mean, I kind of messed it up by breaking the fourth one. Be like,
You're fine.
It should be over now, right?
No. That's you know how you have like MCs and you have the ad libs just randomly in the back.
This was live. This was live.
Well, thank you.
I gotta say, coming up the charts is getting better each week.
It's getting better each week.
I can see
State
why
grass.
it's coming up the chart. State grass.
Yes.
Wow, congratulations.
Stand up to your HOAs.
It seems like more of a real song this week. Closer.
It's getting
Closer.
better.
Man, next time we'll have like choreography. Not just kidding. Maybe one day.
Yeah, maybe,
down the line.
maybe. Oh man. Well, that was
that was kind of amazing.
Great.
So if we try to do a verse for next week, we will have to come up with our next week words.
Roll.
All right, let's do it.
Roll.
15.
Okay.
Okay. And 17.
Oh, I don't
we'll
know
make
if
that a
17
7.
is
If there's no 17, we get a 7.
Okay, let's see. There is no 17, so I'll let you pick 15.
Okay.
So you guys get a sneak preview.
Of what the song next week may be.
And then I'm gonna pick 7. There's 8, there's 7. And I'm just gonna randomly pick one. Perfect. Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Leaf.
Janitor.
Oh, okay.
Leaf
okay.
janitor?
Leaf janitor.
Or janitor leaf.
Janitor leaf.
Leaf janitor or janitor leaf? I guess we'll have to decide later.
We'll find out
next week.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, let's write that down for next week.
Leaf janitor. So we're going to come up with a verse and then we're going to do the chorus improv for all of you. All right, Carl. Well, take us out. I think we had a great podcast
Yeah, thank
today.
you so much for joining us again. And as always, please catch us on all of our different socials. And for podcasts, you can find where all of our podcasts are at beacons.ai/giggles and games. And such podcasts can be found at
Amazon, Apple,
Deezer,
Google,
iHeartRadio,
Pandora,
RSS,
Samsung,
Spotify,
and tune in. Don't forget to leave likes, subscribe, follow us, ratings, rate us highest level. Like we are taking off, and you guys want to be a part of this.
And if you're just listening and want to be able to see our faces, yeah, you can jump up on YouTube at Giggles and Games. And we will probably be doing some bonus content once in a while. You want to catch us on our other socials with short form content, you can catch it on Twitter at Giggles Games Pod. And
then you can also catch us on TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at Giggles and Games Pod. Make sure you follow us, give us a like, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff, all of that good stuff that they tell you to do. And come back when you're done yelling at your HOA for state grass.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, thank you so much for this episode. Next episode, we'll do Loki episode 2 and other stuff.
That's right.
We'll see you guys later.
But I don't want to sing the wrong song. Stay
grass.
Gonna cut it down.
F&B.
That's right.